All right, looks like we're going. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. There we go. All right, can everybody see the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay, Misty, is it full screen or is it showing my
It's full screen.
Okay. All right, so tonight we're going to start off, we're going to kind of divide this into two parts. We are going to talk about transfers and everything that you kind of need to do to finish up the cookie program before you create your rewards order. And then I'm going to let Misty take over at that point and talk about the actual creating of the rewards order. So the first thing, just as a couple reminders, in case you haven't done this already, you are going to want to do transferring of cookies. So when you got your initial order or your covered orders, we did what we called a covered to troop transfer of those cookies. And so that inventory, those cookies are all sitting in your troop inventory. So one of the things that you want to do is give your girls credit for any cookies that they picked up to you or picked up from you. And so you're going to log into Smart Cookies. You're going to go to orders, select transfer order, and then select that troop to girl transfer. You'll choose the girl that's receiving the packages, and then you'll give her credit for each package that she has gotten from you. There's two columns actually in that in the transfer, that one is packages and one is booth packages. If you do packages, then the financial responsibility is tied to that girl. If you do booth packages, there is no financial responsibility because you've already collected the payment at the booth. There is a second way to also credit booth packages, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Along the same lines with this, in addition to the troop to girl transfers, you also could do possibly a girl to girl if your girls are, you know, if one girl's helping another girl out and you want to give her credit, you could do a girl to girl transfer. If you're allowing girls to give you cookies back so that you could use them for other orders to fill, you could possibly do a girl to troop transfer. And then lastly, you have the troop to troop option. If you are purchasing cookies from another troop, that troop would then do a troop to troop transfer to your troop so that you can give your girls credit for those cookies. Same thing as if you're selling cookies to another troop, you would do the same thing. So on the screen, it shows you under orders, we're going to talk about the transfer orders. And then it gives you the choice. Basically, most of the time, you're going to do that troop to girl transfer. And so then you would, it's automatically going to pop up with your troop name. You'll see the number of packages that you currently have in your inventory. And again, these packages are only the packages that you've received from a cupboard or your initial order. And then you're going to choose the girl that you want to transfer packages to. And then there's that grid. So you'll see it kind of overlays the packages that you have in your inventory. It overlays the packages that the girl has, if she has any, and then the grid. And as I mentioned, in that first column, those are packages that you're giving the girls credit for that they picked up from you to give to their customers or sell or fill their girl delivery orders. The second column is the booth packages that you want to give them credit for any cookies that they sold at a booth. You would do the same thing for a girl to girl transfer, a girl to troop transfer, and then a troop to troop transfer. And that is kind of the same process. Once you have those items completed, you hit save and you'll get a confirmation of that order. And also, if you look back at the top of the screen, you're going to see an order number. So that's how you know that the order has gone through. And then you can also put notes before you save it. You can put notes, and then it gives you the option to either delete that order, maybe it wasn't right, or you can make another transfer. You can click on that button, or you can go to manage orders to look at your orders. Now, one thing to keep in mind when you're transferring cookies to your girls, if you look at the manage orders page, it might be a little confusing because you see one order that has positive numbers and you have one order that has negative numbers. What that means is that you have taken inventory from your troop inventory. So you're subtracting inventory from your troop. So those are the negative numbers. And then you have positive numbers for your girl because you're adding to her inventory. So just keep in mind that you're probably going to see two entries for the same order number, but one is subtracting inventory from the troop and one is adding inventory to the girl. So that's a little bit about those transfers, just kind of a quick overview just to kind of remind you of those type of transfers. Another thing that you want to look for as we start to wrap things up is what we call the troop direct shipped orders. So what the troop direct shipped is any troop that was put into Smart Cookies, there is a link that is automatically created that goes on the cookie finder. So if somebody is searching for a booth, say they're searching for a booth in Columbus, and they put in that zip code, it may randomly pick a troop from the Columbus area to put up that a customer could click on that link and they could order cookies from your troop and pay for them online and have them shipped directly, and then your troop gets credit for them. So you need to give girls their credit for those because your troop has gotten credit, but the girls haven't yet. So on the troop menu, you're going to go to orders. You'll go down to where it says troop direct shipped orders. Any new orders that need to be distributed will have the status pending distribution. It's highlighted in red. And then you're going to scroll to the bottom of the page and click on distribute orders to the girls. Now you can do these one at a time, or you can do distribute all. And so on the next slide, I'll show you kind of what it looks like. So again, go to orders and you select that troop direct shipped. And then that's what you'll see on the screen. You'll see those orders. And if it's highlighted in red, then that means that those cookies need to be distributed to the girls. This might be something that you do at the very end. Maybe you have a girl that is at a level and she only needs maybe 2 more packages to get to the next level. So this might be a way that you could give that girl credit for 2 more packages so she gets to that next rewards level. So this might be something that you wait till the end to distribute those to kind of see where your girls are at as far as those rewards levels. So once you choose to distribute those, you're going to choose which girls you want to distribute them to. And then just like the Smart Booth Divider, it's going to divide the things evenly. Now, when you see the link, there is, or when this grid opens up, you're going to see the first column says C share, and then the last column says track cookie share. Since these orders were a direct shipped order because it was directly shipped to the customer, if they purchased a donation, it's going to go under cookie share. So what that means is that those cookies are going to be fulfilled by the council because they were part of that direct ship, but your girls are still going to get credit for it. So, and then I'll explain track cookie share in just a minute when we get a little further here. So, so once you've selected the girls, it's going to divide it as evenly as it possibly can. But then you have those red highlighted areas that says, okay, we've got these packages left over. You need to decide which girl you want to give these packages to, or maybe split it up. I mean, give, you know, one girl the Adventurefuls and one girl the Trefoils and one girl the Thin Mints, or what, you know, whatever, however it divides out. Okay. And oh, I need to go back. Sorry. And then once you've made those decisions, once you've got those red highlighted areas cleared out, then you're going to click save, and then it will do an automatic transfer to the girls and update their totals. The other thing that you're going to look at is the Smart Booth Divider. If you haven't distributed any of your cookie booth cookies yet, this is one way that you can distribute those. And so to find that, you are going to go to booth. And the first thing, and again, all this is done in Smart Cookies. you're going to go to My Reservations. And then you are going to see your booths that are that have been approved. Okay. In this example, there is a virtual booth order. So when you set up digital cookies, sometimes you have the option to create a virtual booth link. Maybe you wanted your customers to be able to order cookies ahead of time, pay for them, and then come pick them up at the booth. Or maybe they just decided that they wanted to order cookies and pay for them and just have them shipped, but gave your booth credit. So you might find that here as well. On the Smart Booth Divider, there's kind of a thin gray line at the beneath your grid of booths. So you have to kind of find that and slide it over to the right. And you're going to have, you'll see 3 dots. And when you click on those 3 dots, it's going to open it up, and the middle one says Smart Booth Divider. So then you'll click on that. And then, whoops, did I skip one? And this is the type of grid that's going to show up. So in this grid, then you need to fill in the number of packages that you sold at your booth. Okay. And again, as I mentioned before, that first column, C share, is if you want the council to fulfill any donations that you got. Okay. If you've run out of inventory and you're distributing your booths and you don't have any extra cookies to use for gift of sharing, you could put a number, you know, say you got $10 in donations, so that's 2 packages. You could put 2 in the cookie share. Okay. The other way is if you want to use your inventory that you have left over, either your girls or in your troop, you want to put those under Track Cookie Share. And what Track Cookie Share will do is track those cookies towards, or track those numbers towards the patch that the girls can earn. If they sell 3 or more cookie shares or gift of sharing, they get the patch automatically ordered from it. But you have to put it either in Track Cookie Share or in Virtual Cookie Share in order for them to get credit. The other step that you need to do with Track Cookie Share is you need to put in packages that you're going to donate. And you wouldn't necessarily have to do them right now in the Smart Booth Divider. You could do a transfer of those packages later on once you know what you have left and what you're going to donate to your charity. You just might have to keep track of some of that on paper, just so you remember to transfer those cookies. Okay, so once you filled in the grid with the number of cookies that you sold at the booth, then you're going to click on distribute, I believe, and then that's where you're going to, is it going to open up the grid and ask you, okay, which girls do you want to give credit to? So then you would choose the girls that were at the booth and then click distribute. And then just like that other grid did with the virtual direct ship link, it's the same thing. It's going to divide everything equally, as equal as it possibly can. But then whatever is left over, you have to decide who's going to get those leftover cookies. You know, are you going to give a few to each girl? Or are you going to give them all to one girl? You know, whatever you decide. And then once you've got those red areas cleared out, then you just click save and those transfers are made to your girls then. Okay. Once it's saved, once the order has been saved, then you'll get a confirmation that'll appear at the bottom of the page that has been done, and then all the packages will show as being distributed complete at the top. So at the top, you'll see how it went from 168 packages needed to be distributed to 0. So now everything is taken care of. Okay, so to go on a little more about gift of sharing, as I mentioned, the difference between the two is if you do virtual cookie share, those are cookies that are going to be donated by the council. We'll use up the covered inventory that we have left to do those donations. or you have the option of doing what we call track cookie share. Track cookie share again is those cookies that you wish to use from your own troop inventory to give to your local organization that you've chosen to give cookies to. On top of that, and that would be for any donations that you got at booths or any donations that the girls got during their in-person cookie order card sales. In addition to that, you also need to look into Digital Cookie and see if there's any donation orders there. One of the things that we talked about a little bit last week on our financials town hall, some questions were asked about donation cookies in Digital Cookie. And so when you log into Digital Cookie using your troop role, you're going to scroll down to the bottom of the dashboard page and you're going to run the all order data report. Okay. When you open that report up, you're going to look in the column that says order type. And in there, you're going to find 3 different types of donations. There might be an in-person delivery with donation notation. There might be one that just says donation, and that's just a donation only. Or you might have one that says shipped with donation. So what the shipped with donation is that a customer ordered cookies and have them shipped, but they also bought some extras to be donated. So those donated cookies are automatically credited via the virtual cookie share. And so your girls have already gotten credit for those. The other 2, the in-person delivery with donation and the donation only orders, you will need to manually enter into Smart Cookies because those do not automatically come over to Smart Cookies. So as I mentioned, you're going to look those up and determine which orders they are, how much was donated, and then you have the option to either put them in as a virtual cookie share. If you don't have the inventory, you don't want to get any more inventory to make that donation, then just put them in virtual cookie share, and we as a council will take care of them. If you choose to use your inventory, then you will have to update your track cookie share and give credit to the girls that have those donation orders. And then you will also have to do a troop to girl transfer to the girls for any packages that you use for your gift to sharing donation. Now, if the girls already have cookies in their inventory that they're going to use, you don't have to do any more transfers. It would just only be if you're going to use up inventory that you haven't distributed to girls already. Okay. And then again, those direct ship donation orders, you want to make sure, or excuse me, those direct ship donation orders have already been credited in Smart Cookies, so you don't have to do anything with those. It's just the in-girl or the in-person girl delivery orders with donation, and then the donation only orders. So again, just as a reminder, when you're doing the booth dividers, the difference between the virtual cookie share and the track cookie share is kind of a repeat of what I mentioned before, so I apologize for that. And then this is what track cookie share looks like. So under orders, when you click on track cookie share, you're going to click on that. It does give you the option to enter a recipient. If you want to put in there who you're giving the cookies to, you would just click on manage recipients and put that information in there, and then you could choose it from the drop down, but that is optional. You do not have to do that part. And then you'll see there's a couple different columns there. One is the initial order, which we don't do gift to sharing on the initial order. One is booths, and then the other is the third column. So in the other column, you would put in the number of cookie shares that a girl has sold. Now, if you have gone in there before and put a number in there, you would just go in and update it. So like if you had 3 before and she got 3 more, then you would change that number to 6. And then you'll see in the very end, it gives you a total of all 3 columns. Once you have entered that information, then you click save, and then you'll get a verification message, saying that it's saved. Once you're done with all these different things, so you've transferred cookies to the girls, you've done the virtual troop link, you've done the virtual direct ship link, you've done the gift of sharing stuff. You can go back and look in reports, and you can go to your troop on hand inventory, and you can look and see if all of your numbers say 0. If they don't say 0, that means that you might have inventory left that you haven't given girls credit to. You could possibly distribute that just to zero your inventory out. I mean, the cookies are in the troops, so you might as well give the girls credit, and that's an option. If you see negative numbers in there, that means that you've transferred too many cookies to the girls, or more cookies than what your troop received. So you need to go back and maybe check and make sure that you did your transfers correctly. If you did like a troop to troop transfer, make sure the troop that you got cookies from transferred those cookies to you. You know, this is just kind of a good double check piece that you can use to make sure that you have all your cookies distributed that you received in person, or from a cookie cupboard or your initial order. Okay. So that's just a little bit of review about transfers. Again, like I said, it's going to be easier to do the rewards order once you've got all these pieces done. And then that way you don't have to keep going back and updating everything as you go along. So that's my part of the presentation. So I'm going to stop for a minute, and we're going to see if there's any questions in the chat or any questions that we can answer. Tracy or Misty, you want to let me know if there's any questions there?
Sure. The first question is, you kind of answered it, but we'll give a little clarification.
Okay.
When we have a donation on the girls' individual site, the donated cookies will come from the council, correct?
That would be if it was part of a direct shipped order. Okay, if it said direct shipped with order, then yes, the council will take care of those. If the donation says either donation or girl delivery with donation, then the troop would take care of those, or has the option to take care of those. So I'm going to go back here just a second. So the 3 things that you're going to look for is in-person delivery with donation, donation, or shipped with donation. So shipped with donation or automatically credited to the girl and will be taken care of by the council. The in-person delivery with donation or the donation only orders have to be determined by the troop as to whether or not they want to have the council take care of them, or if the troop want to take care of them. So from that report that you're going to pull in Digital Cookie, you need to find out how many donated cookies were purchased, and then make the decision. Do I want to have the council distribute those, or do I want to distribute those as part of my leftover troop order? And then if you decide that you as a troop want to do it, then you would do that process with the track cookie share and then transferring the cookies if they haven't already been transferred to that girl. Does that answer the question?
Yep.
Okay.
It sure does.
Perfect. Okay.
Very good explanation. I think Tracy answered the next one, but let's verify. When I did the booth scheduling, it grouped my booth times in one day altogether. How do I make sure each girl gets credit for the booths, as this year they need 2 booths to get the patch? And then Tracy said, the booth patch is manually entered patch by the troop based on the number of booths they work.
Correct.
So you're entering them manually.
Yeah. So you yourself would know that they did 2 booths, so then you would just manually manually enter that booth patch. Yep.
Are there any other questions before we move on to rewards? If you want, you can also raise your hand. Oh, and I did want to call out the product program team's contact information is at the beginning of the chat. So if you ever need to email or call one of us, all of our details are in the chat there. All right, I don't see any hands up or more questions yet. So Vicki, if you want to stop sharing.
Okay, and that's what I'm going to try here to do. If I can figure out where to stop sharing it.
If you hit escape, maybe on your PowerPoint, you might be able to see Teams a little better.
Yeah, well, I have Teams up, but it's not. Maybe I need to go down to the bottom. It's only trying to let me share. It won't let me it won't let me stop. Oh, here. Never mind. I found it. I found it. I found it. I found it. Sorry.
No
it was
problem.
hiding. It was just staring at me. Okay, there you go, Misty. Misty. It's all yours.
Okay, perfect. All right, then I'm going to try to share my screen. See how we do here. All right, can you see the Own Your Magic?
I can see it.
Perfect. Okay. So this is a very, very high overview of the rewards program. I think by now everyone knows the basics, but the program is based on the number that the girls earn rewards on is all packages sold in total from the beginning, which was January 26th through this Sunday already, March 17th. So new this year, girls will earn rewards at every level. So it is cumulative all the way to the 2,500 plus package level. So that was a new exciting change this year. Also, the rewards are going to be submitted to each of you as the TCM, the Troop Cookie Manager, by March 18th. Parents and caregivers, if they are registered on Digital Cookie, they will have the ability this year to enter their girl rewards on their own, but we still need each Troop Cookie Manager to make sure that we'll talk about it here on the next couple slides, but you're going to pull a report and make sure that if, maybe not every girl was in Digital Cookie, but you're just going to verify that rewards were submitted either by the parent or by yourself. And the entry process is open now, so you can get in there and start your order. You do create one order, and then if you do need to go back to it later to edit your order, some troops forget and they try to create another order. Well, the system won't let you, so you do that under manage reward. And then as the TCM, you have until March 22nd to get all those into Smart Cookies. So we do have a bonus axolotl reward for the girls, a drawing. So every Girl Scout who sells 300 or more packages receives an entry into the drawing. And then Girl Scouts who also sell 15 packages of direct ship online cookies get a second entry. So these bonus axolotls will be awarded at the end of the program here. So we do have four sets to give away, and it's a big surprise. So it's a fun little bonus for girls to try to get into that extra drawing. So I guess I mentioned some of this, but when we talked about the report, here's the section in Digital Cookie that you're going to pull that from. So Vicki had talked a little bit about when she was on Gift of Sharing, where you scroll down on the dashboard to the bottom. So these are all the reports that she was mentioning. So for the rewards, you're going to pull this report. So you're just going to click right there on Get Report. And then actually, I was going to try to see how technology works here. I was going to try to show you in Smart Cookies or in digital. Hang on. Get it. Oh. I'm back in. Can you see Digital Cookie?
Yeah, we can see it, Misty.
Okay, perfect. So here's your troop platform here, the dashboard. So you're just going to scroll to the bottom, and I'm going to show you what this is going to pull up the report as a download. So then it pulls up here, and I do have permission to share this troop's information. So, so this person is actually an individual girl member in this troop. So that's why there's only one girl listed. But you can see over here what she qualifies for and what the parent selected, or the girl might have done it herself too. But this shows her packages. So for this one, it's automatic. And then for this level, she chose the combo sticker and straw, and then she chose the mood cup, so on and so forth. The cookie dough shows up in each of those categories. So it'll go up to the amount of packages that she earned rewards for. So pretty simple there. Get back to my PowerPoint. And that's all I have to go over rewards. Pretty basic, but we didn't know if there'd be any other questions. So looks like the chat. Is there any questions regarding rewards or really anything at this point? This is our last town hall, so.
I'm not seeing anything yet, Misty. I would remind everybody too that if they are an opt-out troop, if they've opted out of the rewards, they still have to place a reward order because there's patches that those girls still earn. So you want to make sure you still transfer cookies, you still place that reward order so that those girls get the patches that they've earned.
Yeah, thanks for that reminder, Vicki. I wrote it down and I forgot to look at my note.
That's okay. Are there any questions?
Okay, there is one. On the rewards, can the girl select the rewards on the app, or does it have to be on the website?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
To the best of my knowledge, they have to be on the website, guys. To the best of my knowledge, they have to be on the website.
That's what I was kind of thinking too.
Not in the app. The app's for order taking only.
Unless anyone wants to try it on their app. The next one, are IGM eligible for the bonus prize drawing? Of course, yes. Yep. Anybody that gets to that 310 level.
Or the online. Yep.
Yeah, or the online, the 15. Yeah. Okay. Another one. Vicki's our expert in gift of sharing. So here again, Vicki, you got it.
Okay. So first of all, I'll start with virtual cookie share. Virtual cookie share are cookies that are donated by the council. So we will fulfill those orders with inventory that we have left over from our cookie cupboards, from our delivery agents, okay? So, and then track cookie share are the cookies that you as a troop leader would donate to an organization that you've chosen. Maybe it's the fire department, the nursing home, the police department, maybe you want to send packages overseas to the military. So for the virtual cookie share, if you have donations, say you've got $20 in donations that you got at a cookie booth or girls just collected at the door. You could so $20 would buy 4 packages of cookies. If you want us as the council to donate those packages because you don't want to have to worry about it, you would just put the number 4 in a virtual cookie share. Under orders, you have the option to choose either track cookie share or virtual cookie share. Again, virtual cookie share is the ones that the council will donate. And so you would just put a number, you would credit the girls for whatever number of packages they sold, and that's done. The other part is the track cookie share. So those are the cookies that you as a troop want to donate from your leftover inventory, from the girls' leftover inventory, whatever they have. And so it's a 2-part thing. Track cookie share, when you go into orders and click on track cookie share, what you're doing is you're putting a number in there. You'll update numbers if you've already put numbers in previously. And what that is doing is tracking the number of donations the girls got to count towards their patch that they receive. If they have 3 or more cookie share donations, they get the patch, and that includes any online donations as well, any of the virtual. Okay. Then along with the track cookie share, if the girls don't already have cookies in their stash, their inventory, then you would transfer some type of cookie from your troop inventory, you know, anything that you have left over, you would transfer those packages to the girl so that she gets credit for those packages. Because just putting it in track cookie share does not give them credit. That only gives them credit towards the patch. It doesn't give them credit for the actual cookies sold. So you'll have to do that second part. Make sure you transfer cookies to them if that's what you're going to do, to give them credit. You don't necessarily have to give them the packages of cookies. You can just keep them aside for donation, but you just want to give them credit. So hopefully that answers your question, Megan.
Yep, she said got it.
Okay, perfect.
And then Lindsay had asked, just to make sure I understand, I have to add the digital cookie information to the ABC site. And then I assumed she was referring to the rewards, and then
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
But if it's something other than
Yes.
rewards, let us know.
Yep. Good questions.
Yeah, we got one we didn't know about the app. Well, for sure. I'll just, oh, we got a hand up.
We have a hand up.
Go ahead, Teacher.
Hi, I'm sorry, I'm halfway on my phone, so I couldn't see it too well. If we already gave girl cookies and transferred them in the system, but we need to go back and credit them as gift of sharing, like she has them in hand. I missed what screen that we do that on.
Okay, so if the girl already has the cookies, you've already given her credit for it. You just need to give her credit towards the patch.
Correct.
Then you would just go to that track cookie share. So under orders, go to track cookie share, and then put in the number of donations that she received, and that just counts towards her patch then.
Okay. So it's in the other,
Yeah, so yeah, you can use the other column. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then just say, once we save, it'll add
it'll
that.
update.
Not,
yep.
So it's not the new number total, it's the, so like say she already had 2 from a booth and I want to give her 4 that she had in hand.
So I would change
4.
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then if it hit save, did it update it to 6?
Okay. I haven't done it yet.
Okay. Yeah. So I would say if you've already given her credit for 2 and you put 4 in there and hit save and it updates it to 6, then you're good. If not, you might have to go back in and change it to 6. So
gotcha.
I can't remember if it adds or if you have to change it every time. Sorry about that.
Okay. I'll pay attention. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I'll take a second here to make sure we thank you guys, because, you know, we understand this year's been a little challenging with the digital cookie implementation, and we learned a lot of it we learned right alongside you guys. So we appreciate your patience. We know it was challenging. We can't do it without you, and we know how much support you provide to the girls. So tremendous thank you to all of you that are on this call. We appreciate you.
Yes,
and
we do.
I second that and third that.
Third that, fourth that, fifth that.
Absolutely. We all appreciate everything that you do for us.
Doesn't look like there's any more questions. So with that, we might give you back a little bit of your night. It's a nice night out there where I'm at, so go enjoy it.
Please enjoy. So, and again, if you have any questions, you can email any of us. We did record this tonight, and so we'll get that published and put on our YouTube channel again. And if you have any questions, let us know.
Thank you, everyone.
Joanne, you're welcome. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you.
And go ahead and stop the recording.